Think of the last time someone hurt you. Maybe they betrayed your trust. Maybe they said something that cut deep. Even now, when you remember it, you can feel that sting. And sometimes, without realizing it, we carry that pain everywhere we go. It's like walking through life with a backpack full of rocks. Every grudge, every resentment, every wound, we tuck it away inside. The longer we carry it, the heavier it becomes. But here's the truth: forgiveness isn't about letting them off the hook. It's about letting yourself out of the prison that anger and bitterness built around you. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's freedom. And it's one of the most powerful steps you can take toward healing and growth. In this video, we're going to explore how forgiveness, real, practical forgiveness, can free you. You'll learn what forgiveness is and what it isn't, why it matters for your own peace, and how to actually begin releasing what weighs you down. So let's start this journey together, because the freedom you've been waiting for might be one choice away. Chapter 1: Why Forgiveness Matters. Let's be real. When someone hurts us, it leaves a mark. And if we don't deal with it, that pain doesn't just fade away. It lingers, and we carry it with us. Think of resentment like a backpack filled with rocks. Each rock is a memory of hurt, betrayal, disappointment, words that cut too deep. At first, it doesn't feel so heavy. But day after day, year after year, the weight builds. It slows you down. It drains your energy. It even changes how you show up in relationships, work, and life. Here's the hard truth: holding on doesn't punish the other person, it punishes you. They might not even know you're carrying it, but you feel it every single day. Resentment keeps you stuck in the past, replaying the same story on loop. It convinces you that if you let go, it means they win. But in reality, the only thing resentment wins is your peace of mind. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is like setting that backpack down. The rocks don't disappear. You still remember the hurt, but you're no longer dragging them with you. You free yourself to move forward, lighter, stronger, freer. And this is where the journey begins. Understanding that forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you. Chapter 2: The Weight of Resentment. Here's where so many people get forgiveness wrong. We think forgiving someone means saying, "What you did was okay," or "I'll just forget about it." But that's not forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean approval. It does not mean forgetting. And it definitely does not mean inviting someone back into your life if they're toxic. So, what is forgiveness? It's a choice to release the hold that pain has over you. It's saying, "I refuse to let this control my present or my future." Forgiveness is freedom, your freedom. Think about it this way: if you keep waiting for the other person to apologize before you forgive, you're putting your healing in their hands. But what if that apology never comes? Do you stay stuck forever? True forgiveness is an internal shift. You don't even have to say the words to the other person. Forgiveness is something you do for yourself. And here's the beautiful part: Forgiveness doesn't erase the lesson. You can forgive and still set boundaries. You can release the resentment without opening the door to more hurt. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's strength. It takes courage to let go when everything in you wants to hold on. But the moment you do, you reclaim your power. Chapter 3: Why Forgiveness Isn't Approval. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy rocks. Each rock is a grudge, a betrayal, a wound you've replayed over and over in your mind. Day after day, you carry it with you, through work, through relationships, even in your quietest moments. No wonder you feel weighed down. Forgiveness is the act of setting that backpack down. The rocks don't disappear. You'll always remember they were there, but they no longer define how you move forward. That's the healing power of letting go. When you forgive, you free yourself from the burden of resentment. You create space for peace, for clarity, for joy. Holding on might feel safe. It feels like protection, like keeping a scar covered so no one touches it again. But in reality, holding on just keeps the wound open. Forgiveness is the bandage. It's what allows healing to begin. Here's the truth: forgiveness doesn't rewrite the past. What's done is done, but it does rewrite your future. It says, I am no longer carrying what was meant to break me. Think of someone who once hurt you deeply. For so long, their actions may have felt like a chain around your heart. Forgiving doesn't erase what happened, but it cuts the chain. It allows you to walk forward lighter, freer. And here's the key: the person who benefits the most from your forgiveness is you. You're the one who gets to breathe easier. You're the one who gets to heal. Forgiveness isn't forgetting the pain, it's refusing to let the pain hold you hostage. Chapter 4: Letting Go Without Reconciliation. One of the biggest misconceptions about forgiveness is that it always means reconciliation, that to forgive, you must welcome someone back into your life. But that's not true. Forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same. Reconciliation is about repairing a relationship. Forgiveness is about releasing a burden from yourself. There are people who may never apologize, who may never change, and who may never take responsibility for their actions. Waiting for them to acknowledge what they did keeps you stuck in their shadow. Forgiving without reconciliation says, I choose peace for myself, whether or not you ever give me closure. This doesn't mean excusing their behavior. It doesn't mean opening the door to more harm. It simply means refusing to let their actions keep controlling your thoughts, your emotions, and your future. Think of it like closing a book. You don't rewrite the chapters. You don't erase what happened. But you decide you're done rereading the same painful pages. You close it. You put it back on the shelf. You move on to a new story. And here's something powerful. Sometimes the healthiest boundary is distance. Forgiveness can coexist with saying, I don't want this person in my life anymore. In fact, boundaries often protect forgiveness because they create the safety you need to truly let go. So remember, you can forgive and still choose to walk away. You can forgive and still protect yourself. Forgiveness is about freedom, not obligation. Chapter 5: Practical Steps Toward Forgiveness. When you forgive, it doesn't just change one moment, it changes everything that follows. Forgiveness creates ripples that move through your entire life. Think about it. When you let go of resentment, you free up energy that was once tied to anger. Suddenly, you have more space for joy, for connection, for creativity. Resentment hardens the heart. Forgiveness softens it. And that softness isn't weakness, it's openness. It makes it easier to trust again, to build healthier relationships, to see people with compassion instead of suspicion. And here's the beautiful part: forgiveness doesn't just heal you, it changes how you show up for others. When you're not weighed down by bitterness, you become more patient, more kind, more present. People feel safer around you because you're not carrying invisible battles. The ripple effect also shows up in how you parent, how you love, how you lead. Forgiveness makes space for growth, not just in you, but in everyone you touch. It's like breaking a chain. If you've ever been hurt by someone carrying their own unresolved pain, you know how cycles repeat. But when you choose forgiveness, you interrupt that pattern. You say, the pain stops here. I will not pass it forward. And that single choice can ripple outward into generations. So never underestimate the power of forgiveness. It's not just about one wound, one moment. It's about transforming the way you live and the way others experience you. Chapter 6: Living Free After Forgiveness. Forgiveness is a choice. It's not a one-time event, and it's not always easy. Sometimes you'll have to choose it again and again, each time the old memory resurfaces, each time the anger tries to take hold. But every time you choose forgiveness, you choose freedom. You choose to stop letting the past define your present. You choose to create space for peace, love, and growth. Remember this: forgiveness is not for them. It's for you, for your future, for the life you deserve to live without carrying the heavy weight of yesterday. And here's the truth: freedom doesn't come from holding tighter to the pain. It comes from releasing it, from saying, I will not let this control me anymore. So let me ask you, what would your life look like if you truly set down the backpack of resentment you've been carrying? Who would you be if you were lighter, freer, more at peace? That possibility is already within your reach. Forgiveness is not about rewriting the past. It's about reclaiming your future. And when you choose forgiveness, you're not just choosing peace. You're choosing strength. You're choosing healing. You're choosing you. Because in the end, forgiveness isn't just about letting go. It's about stepping fully into the life you were meant to live.